Greetings, my friends. Welcome to Kane Harkonnen Studios. This evening, I have a special treat for you. An old Dracula movie from 1931 that became a classic over the course of time. But we cannot do this review here. For that, we need something special. We need to travel to 1931. And for that, we're going to have to use a special time-traveling gear and a time travel machine. Let's gear up, my friends. This is a time travel coat. Let's sit down in the time machine. Oh yeah, we got this. We got it. Time telemetry monitors online. Chronometer online. Everything is ready to go, and we are ready to travel. I can see the time rift opening. Now that was a bumpy ride. But the telemetry shows December 22nd, 1931. This review can begin. But before we do, so, Dracula, 1931, an American pre-code supernatural horror film directed and co-produced by Todd Browning, adapted from the written screenplay from Garrett Fort. And this movie has Bela Lugosi as main lead character. Actors of the movie are going to be posted over here. The budget of the movie was $341,000. It's going to be shown over here. And before you say anything, in 1931, $341,000 was a buttload of money. The running time of the film is 75 minutes. And the critical reception, well, let's just say that Morton Hall of New York Times called it the best of the many mystery films ever created. Now, let's cover the sound effects, music, and visuals really shortly. The sound effects are, well, what is to be expected from 1931, because this was a pre-code era. Pre-code meaning that it was not generally accepted to have sound in the movies, because they have just switched from silent movies to some of the movies having a little bit of sound. Music is virtually non-existent, and visual effects is also what you'd expect from 1931. There are no special effects, but framing and camera angles were chosen precisely to show you what you will see if you watch this movie. And trust me, when you watch this movie, you will see how you do not need special effects to make a beautiful presentation and atmosphere. Finally, it's the story time. The story time, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because it's all well documented and seen after, not before, because it is an adaptation of an 1897 Bram Stoker's Dracula. Dracula lives in Transylvania. Renfield, the solicitor from England, travels to Transylvania, has a few dealings with a count. Count imprisons him over there, travels to England, where he causes wreck and havoc. Sadly, in England, Dracula's plans are soiled by none other than the vampire hunter Van Helsing. Moving on to the most important part of any movie, and that is the vampire presentation. And right off the bat here, I will tell you one very important thing. Bela Lugosi, the actor, is an amazing vampire, was an amazing vampire actor. Back in that time, the people knew that they couldn't rely on special effects and sound effects to correct errors in their acting, so they did acting brilliantly. And right now, I'm going to tell you, watch this movie. It is still viable in 2023. Why? Because of the acting. Just take a look at this greeting that Dracula shows to Renfield when Renfield arrives to his estate.
I am Dracula. Oh, it's really good to see you. I don't know what happened to the driver and my luggage and... Well, and with all this, I thought I was in the wrong place.
I bid you welcome. Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
This is what I like about my vampires. Mystery, darkness, that gloomy atmosphere around them. And the locations from which they decided to shoot were amazing. I mean, check out these locations. Doesn't matter if it's black or white. The movie is... I watched it recently again for like the third time. And every single time, I'm enjoying watching this movie. Like, you might think that you're going to be put off by the black and white, by the lack of sound effects, by the lack of special effects, but no, that's not going to happen. Drive yourself into the story and into the mind of Bela Lugosi as a Dracula. And we have come to the end of the video. Before we wrap it up, though, I'm going to answer one simple question. Should you watch this movie if you haven't seen it? Yes, definitely go and watch it. If you have seen it and you want something good, go watch it again, because let me tell you one thing, the presentation of the vampire in that movie, even though it's almost been 100 years since the creation of that movie, is still better than the 80% of vampire presentations in modern media today, which says a lot, right? Now, I'm going to leave you, as always, with one good clip in the end. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.
I trust you have kept your coming here a secret.
I followed your instructions implicitly.
Excellent, Mr. Enfield. Excellent. And now, if you're not too fatigued, I would like to discuss the lease on Carfax Abbey.
Oh, yes. Everything is in order, awaiting your signature.